And we're on.
It's the Sini-Gang with l-boogy.
And Sterno Supernova.
Hey there, Sterno.
Hey, Boogie. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. What's going on?
Nothing much. Hey, did you get a chance to see Justice League yet?
The movie, yes.
Yeah, what'd you think?
It was okay. It's not
as bad as people are saying, but not as good as you'd hoped.
No, I was going to say it's not good, but I can live with it.
I was scared.
That's my low expectations, and it met my low expectations.
You had low expectations going into it, just because well, you've been keeping up with what the rumors or whatever.
What rumors?
I mean, like what they were saying about what's going to happen in the movie. I try not to I don't like spoilers at all, so I try not to even watch anything beyond trailers.
Yeah, but you live in a world.
I live in a world.
You have a. You're in a
bubble.
Geek atmosphere all the time.
I am.
Yes.
What do you? I don't get that. Why do you say that I'm in a geek atmosphere all the time? What do you? I mean, I don't.
I'm trying to think of an example.
I mean, I don't.
There's a lot of things that you would think is common knowledge to the average person,
right?
But it's not. It's common knowledge to the geeky, nerdy person.
Oh, you mean about the characters?
Anything about this movie? Like the average person.
I'm not sure I'm following it.
You knew who the four main characters were going into this movie, right?
Well, yeah, they're in the trailer.
Well, a lot of people don't even care about the trailer. A lot of people see. So you was like, of course, there's gonna be Aquaman, Flash, Wonder Woman, and Batman. Of course, it's in the trailer.
It's in the commercial. It's in the trailer. I mean, to me, that's not common knowledge. Okay.
Well, see, the thing is, to some people it is.
Yeah.
To some people it's not. Some people don't know who Cyborg is.
Right. Okay.
Some people don't know the story behind a lot of this stuff. I'm trying not to break any to spoil anything either while I'm trying to talk about this.
Right. I can tell.
So I'm careful. I'm being careful about what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I'm sure when you open up your social media, your Twitter or your Instagram or whatever, it's full of geeky culture stuff where I don't know how to explain it without giving stuff away. But
like I got some plot points I shouldn't be getting, or
no, not even that.
I'm not.
I know it's hard to say because to you a lot of this stuff is common knowledge.
Well, I don't even think I'm that in tune or in touch or whatever that knowledgeable about the geeky stuff anymore because I don't really try that hard.
See, that's the thing. You're in a world where you don't have to try. It's like spoon fed to you, and you don't know it. I don't know how to explain it though.
Because I've been to some of those sites and I get them on my feed. The knowledge just pops up, and I just don't really think about it.
Yeah, it becomes you don't even notice that you're seeing it or that's even there.
I mean, where other people get sports stuff, I get geeky stuff. It's like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll buy that. Sure, that sounds right.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, like you. Yeah.
Like let's say I'm in my little sports world, and Alabama, let's say college football, Alabama and Auburn is a big deal to me, and to you,
I don't really care.
You probably don't know what that means.
I know they're good teams. I know.
And to me, second nature.
I know Roll Tide. That's pretty much it. That's
the college football Final Four. Alabama got knocked off, and I'm like, that is rocking my world right now.
Wow.
And to you, you don't notice it.
I didn't know it happened, but yeah. I know it's important.
To me, I open up my social media. Alabama loses. No longer in top 4. It's like everything I'm seeing,
Okay.
So I'm trying to think of something geeky-ish with Justice League that you see all the time, and you're like, I stay away, but really you're not staying away because you're in that world.
Okay.
I know a lot of people who don't even know the movie came out.
Really? Oh.
Yes.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, I know it's based on the New 52 version of the comic book. I know. The more I thought about it, like, oh crap.
See, right. I didn't even know that. I mean, I know 52. I know
because
I
some
sort
of
of know the new 52.
Yeah, it's modified from the new 52 version. To the animated Justice League feature that came out not that long ago.
I know nothing about that.
Yeah,
I don't watch any of the animated Justice League stuff. I don't watch any of the Lego Justice League or Batman stuff or whatever.
I mean, it's like a lot of comic books aren't using traditional versions of the characters, using the revamped, modernized versions, which makes sense for the modern audience. And I guess, man, I'm proving your point so bad just by talking about
it. To you, that's common knowledge. Of course, it's based on the new 52.
Well, yeah.
What else is it based on? It's obvious.
I mean, it's not exactly like the new 52.
See, look, I can bet maybe more than half of our audience has no idea what we mean by 52 at all.
Yeah,
I'd say 75% of our audience don't know what 52 means.
The new 52, the DC thing.
There's a 52 and a new 52.
The DC comics, yeah, where they revamped everything for a new version.
Yeah, basically in the comic books, they started over.
One character
they blew everything up and started again.
A big character, the Flash, did something and changed everything, and everything was revamped with new looks. Rebooted, yeah.
And in doing so, they took 52 comics to do it. And then they said, this is wrong. Let's do it again.
Let's do Rebirth.
52 more comics. Oh, it sold a lot. Let's do it again.
I know. They've done this so many times.
Which is why I never even paid attention to the second 52. I didn't pay attention at all.
Right. So, yeah. I actually enjoyed the second half more than, I mean, the first half was...
Of the movie or 52?
Oh, the movie, sorry. Okay. Getting back to the actual movie. Yeah, I enjoyed the second half way more. The first half was just kind of... It had a lot of problems to me. More into the action, which I enjoyed. It's cool seeing the characters, you know. A lot of the times, you know, with movies, like even the old Fantastic Four with, you know, where it had Jessica Alba and Chris Evans as the Human Torch. I just like seeing the characters come to life. As long as
you like that Fantastic Four? The
first, yeah, I can watch them. I don't think they're that bad. I mean, like
I think it's terrible.
You think
and I'm a huge I have Jessica Alba as my wallpaper on my phone.
Yes,
you know Jessica Alba's #1 on my list.
Yes, she is. We know.
And I watched basically everything with Jessica Alba in it.
I'm not saying it's a great movie.
It's terrible.
When it first came out,
it's a bad movie. It's unwatchable.
Unwatchable?
Yes. It's so bad.
I think it's not good. It's nothing. I
definitely
bad. Wouldn't point to it as like a great movie, but
the second Fantastic Four was better with the Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
It was better.
Yeah, it was better.
The first one was terrible.
I mean, it was just, to me, like there's a lot of value in seeing some characters that didn't have a really good movie incarnation at that point and have them come to life. I thought it was kind of
So Avatar was okay to you?
Oh, Avatar was terrible. Avatar hurt me to the core.
But you see these characters coming to life.
No, but if it's done okay. It was done all right. I think
Fantastic Four was not done.
I think it was okay. No. I mean, what bugged you about Fantastic Four? The dialogue?
The corniness.
Well, yeah, it's for kids. It wasn't, I mean, like a lot of people were, I thought it was more for the family kid, you know, ooh, it's just, you know, dumb kiddie jokes, which is why I don't point to it as a great movie. But
Doom. Victor Von Doom was terrible. And you know, I like Doom.
Right.
He's one of my favorite characters.
They took some really bad.
He was terrible.
I mean, you can spoil this one. That's like ancient, right? Or no?
Sure, because it's a bad movie anyways. If you haven't watched it now, you don't need to watch it because it's still that bad.
Okay.
Unless you're like Sterno, who likes to see characters come to life.
Well, I think I actually do think there's value in that. The way characters come to life, like I think it's cool. Now,
if you're 10,
okay, it's been a good Fantastic Four attempt, and then afterward they tried the other Fantastic Four, which was horrible. Or did you like that one better? The one with
it's even worse.
Oh yeah, that one's terrible. It took out like everything that made it.
The plot didn't make sense at all.
No,
not that. That's what made that one bad. I could care less about character development and all that for that movie.
Mm-hmm.
The plot just didn't make sense.
Okay. Now, getting a quick thing about Avatar. I mean, what's it? The Last Airbender. Terrible movie. Didn't have any of the. It had the look in certain parts, but it was just didn't live anywhere close to what it was like in the animated series that it's based on.
So
That's why-
okay, let's get off Avatar then. How
Yeah.
about Green Lantern?
Green Lantern hurt too. Like,
But it's the character coming to life, and it was.
It didn't work. It was.
Please, Fantastic Four didn't work either. But it was great seeing them come to the screen, huh?
Green Lantern.
Green Lantern. Same thing.
It didn't have the right mood. It didn't have the choices in design were irritating.
You could say the same thing about Fantastic Four.
I mean, I respect Fantastic Four,
and I went into it with the open mind.
Okay,
expecting to like it, no matter how bad it was.
Okay, just let me ask you this: do you like or dislike the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies?
I like them.
You don't agree with people that go back and start hating on them? I don't know if they. I mean, I think people liked it when it came out, but then when Amazing Spider-Man came out, and then Spider-Man: Homecoming, they're all like something to notice that the old Tobey Maguire version, which I like the second one a lot. The first one was fine. I enjoyed it. The second one,
well, Spider-Man 2 is in the geek world often noted as one of the best superhero movies.
Right.
So that's hard to knock the franchise when one of the three is one of the best movies in the genre. Mm-hmm. Even though the third one sucked ass. But the second one shows that it wasn't a bad franchise or trilogy or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
One movie did save it. And the first one wasn't that bad.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
And the second one I liked a lot. It's up there in my top 5.
Right.
I can't name the other 4.
People now, like, just for a while there, I saw people just like totally.
Yeah, but see, you're in a world where people are very.
But I'm just saying, they're changing their tune. Like, people that liked it, all of a sudden they're like, oh.
Same people?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. I mean, that's the impression I'm getting. Maybe I'm wrong in that respect, but I thought it was the same people that liked it back when it came out. Ooh, Spider-Man's awesome. He's blah, blah, blah. They liked it. Now it's like, oh, it was terrible. Oh, so, he looked wrong. Blah. Tobey Maguire wasn't right for the part. It wasn't, it wasn't my Spider-Man.
See, I don't get that. I don't hear that from people. I do hear Spider-Man 3.
Well, everybody hates Spider-Man 3.
That one was bad.
Universally hated. It's like Batman and Robin.
But from what I hear and what I read, I'm on Marvel Reddit. I'm on all these other forums. No one really puts down Spider-Man 1 and 2. They put down the Amazing Spider-Man a lot. I get a lot of that, which I also liked. But a lot of people that one's more half and half.
Okay, divisive.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't get the people who say Tobey Maguire Spider-Man was bad. I mean, it at the time it woke up a genre.
The superhero genre.
Yes, because before that, I mean, people credit Iron Man also, but
yeah, or Blade from the first real good Marvel.
Yeah, but people don't consider Blade
even though he is
a comic book superhero thing, but we do.
Yeah, we know.
But yeah, at the time, superhero movies were not considered good. And
right.
And no one had high hopes. So when Spider-Man 1 came out, it was decent. And yeah, people were like, oh, I liked it. Mm-hmm. And they made a second one, which is even better.
Right.
So, I mean, that's what I get from people that I know, from things I read.
Okay.
That people understand that.
Maybe I'm getting stuff from people that aren't really fans of the genre or just very lightly into superheroes. I don't know how to put it without sounding like I'm being all elitist. Like, oh, they just don't. They appreciate heroes in a very superficial sense. They're not really into the whole thing and all the they read comics as a kid and that's pretty much it. That kind of thing, which is fine.
Okay.
I don't know, but you didn't like Justice League that much.
It was okay.
Just okay.
I mean, if I wanted to rate it as a, I don't know.
And our Stan Miguel 5
out of 5, it gets a 2.
Okay.
I throw a half in. It's close to 2 3/4.
Yeah.
I'll give it 2 3/4.
Right.
But to me, the plot dragged.
Mm-hmm.
The plot changed.
Yeah.
One of the reasons for the plot change was sort of like, oh, that's dumb, or okay. I don't know how to. I'm not spoiling anything.
Yeah.
That's why it's hard.
I didn't think that the characters like Batman felt like they had enough. I don't know. Gravitas is the right word, but they didn't feel like legendary. They didn't, like that's what I like about DC. The characters feel more like, you know.
Well, I had no problem with Batman.
I'm just saying Batman and Wonder Woman in the first half. You know, like they didn't. I don't feel like they actually captured what what makes them cool.
Okay, my problem. One big problem I had is Batman coming to Wonder Woman and says, "Hey, we need to put a team together."
Yeah,
and she's like, "Okay, why? Because we're gonna fight. I don't know why." This is actually from Batman Superman.
Right.
But he's like, I got a feeling we're going to have to fight.
Yeah.
And then he tells Wonder Woman, it's time to put the team together. Then she's like, okay. I'm like, that's sort of, it doesn't make sense.
Doesn't track.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I get that.
It's forced. That's what it is. It's forced.
Mm-hmm. There was no precipitating event.
Yes. There was nothing that says for Wonder Woman to say,
yeah,
yes, we do need to do.
There was nothing that made a good sense of urgency. That's I agree with that. Yeah, that's like a thing. The first half,
he's like something's coming.
The first half was they're setting up, and the second half they're doing stuff, which I enjoyed the second half more. That's what I'm saying. And the villain I didn't think was very.
It's terrible.
Like one-dimensional.
Out of all the bad guys you could have picked from,
the only villain I could think of that was worse was in Green Lantern. There are two parts of the villain, two villains in Green Lantern. One was just not fun to look at. The other one was just like, just CGI, whatever. That's why I don't like Green Lantern.
All of the bad people in the DC universe, in the comic books, you have all these awesome villains.
Yeah.
To classic villains. Momentous villains.
Yeah.
And you got to pick a villain that no one's ever heard of. That's.
I knew who he was.
I
barely knew who he was.
I know him more because of music.
I read
Who's the rest of the world also?
I read a novel based with his name for school that has nothing to do with the character.
You might as well say who the character is.
Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf. It's terrible. I'm like, isn't this an album? Isn't this a song?
It's a book I read that I just didn't particularly dislike, but it's okay.
It's like all of the villains. Could they not get the rights to the Riddler, the Penguin, the Joker?
Apparently, they're gearing up for that later on, I guess. But Steppenwolf isn't even a high-level bad guy. He's like an intermediate under someone above him. I don't know if it's worth saying who he is, but he's like a big bad that would have made it like, oh crap, he's coming. Oh no, we should get prepared. We need to get, which they didn't really get to, So I agree with that part of what you're saying too. But I watched it. It was, like I said, I enjoyed the second half way more than the first half. If I did my rating, I'm not much higher than you. I was just gonna give it a straight 3 out of 5. Maybe even 3.
I mean, the resolution even.
You know what? I watched it. The problem with me, I watched it late in the evening because the friends I wanted to watch it with wanted to watch it like 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I was tired, so I watched it, and I didn't fall asleep at all. But for some reason, it's not sticking in my head.
A good movie wouldn't make you want to fall asleep.
No,
a good movie would have kept it in your head.
And I will need to rewatch it to catch some of the details. I don't remember. I remember some good parts, and I don't remember how they resolved it exactly. I remember the after credit scene.
Did you watch both after credit scenes?
Yeah, we stuck around for both. I don't
know. The second one is sort of meaningful.
Yeah,
the very end.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember which one was the first one, which one was the second one, which one came in the sequence. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's like most people say, it's DC trying to play catch up with Marvel, and they're not doing a good job.
I mean, the main problem I have is the tone. It's not dark, but it's very sullen. It's very solemn.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did try to throw humor in there. There's some humor, which I think was forced.
Yeah, a lot of it didn't work. It just didn't work for me.
Yes, a lot of it is forced. And I think, I do know some of this stuff. A lot of it was added later on.
Yeah.
After people were saying, hey, it's not funny enough or whatever. Or Wonder Woman gets a lot of praise for being funny, having comedy.
Mm-hmm. And
Justice League didn't have any, so they threw some comedy in there.
Yeah.
Which sort of And I know other stuff that happened with the movie. That
director stuff, and all that other stuff.
Well, I mean, first of all, Zack Snyder is getting worse as a director. First of all,
well, didn't he have a family?
Yeah, but he did most of the movie. He
Right.
set the tone of the movie. He did Batman versus Superman.
Mm-hmm.
That movie set up this movie.
Mm-hmm.
You need to stop. He needs to stop.
Yeah. I'm getting with I'm bored with what you're saying. I'm just
Patty Jenkins does Wonder Woman, different tone.
Oh yeah.
More likable movie.
Mm-hmm.
See, Christopher Nolan did the original, well, not the original, the other Batman, the Dark Knight one.
The Christian Bale.
Which, yeah. So he had another tone. He's like, no comedy. It's strictly dark. Which works for me.
There was minor comedy, but yeah.
Yeah, it works though.
Yeah.
This Zack Snyder world ain't working. I hate.
Okay, you like Man of Steel?
Man of Steel was good.
Okay, I like Man of Steel.
It was good, which gave me sort of some hope, but that's where it should have stopped. But I told you I hated 300, and I was a minority at the time.
You're still a minority.
Yeah, I'm still a minority. A lot of people love 300.
No, I was just making a joke about your race, but yeah, okay.
Well, a lot of people love 300 at the time, and a lot of people still love 300.
I still like it. I own it.
Yes, I did. I came out of the theater saying I didn't like it.
Okay.
That's Zack Snyder, right?
I guess. Yeah.
Before I go on a rant, let me make sure.
Like, whoever that director of these is Zack Snyder. Oh, that's not Zack Snyder. Oh crap. I mean, Frank Miller had a lot with that too. They basically took the comic book.
He did 300.
Yeah, okay.
But yes, and I know Frank Miller did too. But there's another thing to be the director.
Yeah.
And yeah, Zack Snyder was the main director for that. And to me, this world that now the Justice League world is same thing. It seems like it's the same kind of world as 300.
Same look in a way. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Same terrible CGI, same terrible backgrounds, same brooding looks, camera pans and close-ups, slow-mos and all that. I hate that. It's his thing now. I hated
Michael Bay.
No, that same thing.
Well, I'm thinking he had a vocabulary you hated, that thing that he always stuck to that you hated for him too. So you now have the Michael Bay, Zack Snyder.
I mean, the thing is, I liked Watchmen, which Zack Snyder did.
I did. I like that too.
So,
but it fit. I mean, it fit what the story was. It's a dystopian kind of alternate future for Watchmen, which I don't know a lot of people.
Which is different.
Right.
But I mean, Sucker Punch. He did Sucker Punch.
Oh, that hurts.
This movie, Justice League, seems like it's the same world as Sucker Punch to me.
Yeah, I didn't like Sucker Punch. I mean, that was.
And I wanted to like that.
Yeah, because of all the girls.
Vanessa Hudgens, Jamie Chung.
Yeah.
That is the one I try. I really wanted to like.
Sucker Punch.
I couldn't get past
One
it.
of my friends really liked it. I just that just ruined my opinion of his movie critiquing ability, because that's one of his favorites, and I'm like, I don't see it.
It's terrible.
Yeah,
the girl dances to create a world, to go into a trance and create a world where everyone fights.
Even just saying it makes it sound even funnier, stupider. But yeah.
And she doesn't even dance good. She just dances weird. It's stupid.
Hey, who was that? The girl, was that
Emily Browning?
Okay, Emily Browning. I don't know
who I like also.
Right. So you're saying Justice League is just a disappointment? Oh, okay.
It reminds me of all these other movies.
Okay.
It's basically that kind of setting.
Yeah.
It's bad. I mean, like I said, I went in there open-minded. I want to like Batman. I want to like Wonder Woman. I love Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I don't care if she doesn't do anything in the movie. Just put Gal Gadot
walking across the screen.
Yes, and I didn't notice they put a lot of close-up shots on her. A lot of unnecessary close-up shots on her.
Right.
which I think was done afterwards, and I'm not complaining about that. That's why I gave a second thought when I went from 3.5 to 3 7/4 or 3 3/4.
Give the people what they want.
Shit, just throw her in a movie. That right there was a star. I mean, this movie would have been a 2-star movie.
It bumped it up enough to get it out of the 2-star range.
Yes.
Okay.
But I mean, to be honest, her character, I had a lot of problems with Wonder Woman. Just say that.
Yeah.
I had problems with Wonder Woman. I had problems with Flash. I had problems with Cyborg. It's like, what the hell? His powers.
Yeah.
Let's just make him do some weird stuff with his powers. All of a sudden, that he just got. I was like, man.
Yeah, they could have explained it a lot better. Made the
forced.
The audience more on board with what he's able to do. Yeah, I agree with that.
Flash was too corny. Too corny. And I like Ezra Miller.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I knew it was Ezra something. I forget his last name. Yeah, I think Miller's right. But yeah, I don't like his costume. The jokes were just I mean, some of them were okay, but I don't know. They wanted somebody quirky in there. And
well, what did you like about it? Since you liked it.
I mean, I'm trying not to spoil it. Some of the stuff is spoiler stuff.
So you like the plot?
Yeah, I like some points of the plot, not the whole thing. I mean, I liked. Damn, I don't even remember the big fight. Now that I think about it,
you like the fight that you can't remember?
No, not the big fight. The bigger,
the big fight at the end.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not a spoiler to say there's a big fight at the end.
Yeah,
which they had to do in some weird place.
Yeah,
which I didn't understand. I mean, I know they explained it in the movie.
Yeah, that's something I need to watch it again. But I mean, there's a fight in the middle with some character that I'm not going to talk about that I liked. So
and that was to try not to spoil it. That was not a spoiler in the movie. I mean, that was not a surprise in the movie. The whole movie up to that point, we're like, when is this spoiler going to come?
Yeah.
When are we going to get to the spoiler? And the way we get to the spoiler is sort of stupid.
Yeah.
It's very stupid. They could have done this 1,000 other ways, but the way they did it.
Yeah, I don't know who they
terrible.
I really wonder who they talked to about this stuff. Or if it's just some guy like, I have a vision and I want it to do it this way.
Because Batman versus Superman, they teased the spoiler.
Yeah, it's true.
And that tease had nothing to do with this movie.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, didn't he? And then why? Huh? Did they need to? Really? Okay, I guess we're gonna do that.
Let's just forget that and just do our own thing in this movie.
Yeah. Okay.
But hey, they were superheroes and they fought, so yeah, that made it good.
Well,
they had superpowers. They flew around.
I mean, did you like Jason Momoa?
Yes.
Yeah,
I had no problem with Aquaman.
Right.
I do wish in the water. let's not make a superhero out of the water.
That's the big joke about Aquaman. You're like, oh, he's not in the water. What's he gonna do? You got it. He's not. He did
a lot of fighting outside of the water.
I know, which is why they were like trying to address some of the issues with Aquaman. People always, like, oh, Aquaman, what's he gonna do? He's out of the water. Call some fish.
I mean, I know they did a lot of that joke in the movie.
Right.
Well, Aquaman, do you talk to the fish? Can you tell them this? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
I had no problem with it. I had no problem with casting, really.
Yeah.
I had no problem with Ben Affleck. Ezra Miller, like I said, I liked him in all the other things I've seen him in. Trainwreck, Perks of Being a Wallflower. I like him in all that. But this one, he seems out of place. I think they were trying to do. Okay, Spider-Man: Homecoming, the latest Spider-Man.
Yeah.
They brought in a new actor who was a teenager trying to be funny, corny. You
mean the main character?
Yeah, the main Spider-Man.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
Yeah.
And the way they do that, to me, it seemed like they were trying to do the exact same thing with Flash. The exact same thing. Like a kid who's out of place, doesn't know his powers, and he's the jokey guy of the group.
Right.
Where it works over there, it doesn't work here.
Yeah, it's a totally different take on Flash than anybody's really used to.
Yes. Well, it's a Barry Allen. Well, it's not even that. It's terrible.
Yeah. Okay.
But besides all that, all the nitpicking I'm giving,
Right.
if you go in there, just want to see superheroes fight, it's a decent movie. If that's all you're looking for. Because when I was a kid, that's all I wanted on this big screen was to put Batman and Wonder Woman and the Flash on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought about Cyborg, but when I was a kid, I'm like, yo, I just want to see them on the screen fighting people.
Cyborg is kind of their attempt to get it more racially diverse. You know, that's what if you in the DC comic book version of Justice League, they had a black Green Lantern. They need to get like, because if you look at them without those characters, it's just a bunch of white people in costumes, and it's like, hey, we need to be diverse, and that's kind of why they changed it up, I think. You know?
Yeah.
So,
because to me, Cyborg does seem out of place, also. But
if you read the New 52,
if you want, like I said, if you just want a superhero movie, if you're not into the stuff, yeah, they fight. It's pretty cool fighting. Terrible CGI, but cool fighting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get to see them fight. Some people, that's enough.
To me, there's some value in that. You're just seeing them in action.
Yeah, to some people, that's enough.
It's not enough, but for me, I'm saying it's not enough, but there's something. It's something, you know. Enough for me to kind of say, yeah, it's cool. You know, it's not great, but yeah.
Yeah, coming after watching
Thor, which is a good movie, really good movie.
It's so hard, you know, where there is guys just fighting really good. It's so hard, you know. It's terrible that they put that this movie came out like weeks after.
You're right.
Thor is still etched in my head when I'm watching Justice League.
It just highlights the weaknesses of the Justice League movie, that they're so. Like
Thor is so good that you're wondering why Justice League couldn't be close to that. But it's a totally different mood. It's it's different thematically.
Yeah. There was no real joy in it, you know. Justice League. There's even if there's a bad thing going on, there's some joy that comes on screen. That,
yes, I didn't care about do they beat up Steppenwolf or not. Right. Okay, cool. You know, I'm gonna spoil it and say they beat him up.
Oh no!
I'm not gonna say they kill him or not, but they beat him up. I'm not even sure what happened when they beat him up, but they did.
I can't help you. I don't remember the final battle, which not really bugs me.
But the fact that I had no investment in what he was doing.
Yeah,
basically, I was not.
That's what I was saying when I'm trying to say gravitas. I don't feel like there's importance.
Yeah, Steppenwolf is doing all this bad stuff. I'm like, okay, cool.
Let's stop him. He's bad. Yeah. So, all right, just I get you. I mean, I guess I'm more forgiving. I don't, but yeah, I totally understand what you're saying.
Okay.
Do you think are you optimistic or not optimistic about the rest of the DC entertainment universe?
What else is there?
Let's see what's coming out. They're talking about the Batman film. They're talking about.
I would like to see another Batman movie with just Ben Affleck. Yes.
Right. Another Wonder Woman film.
Yep, I'm all for Wonder Woman, just as long as you keep Patty Jenkins in it.
Man of Steel is like way down the pipe. I watched this one video where they were explaining what's in sequence. Suicide Squad is going to be another one.
No more Suicide Squad.
I still haven't seen that one.
Oh man, it is bad.
Well, I got kind of warned off.
Very bad.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I need to watch.
No one warned you off of Justice League, and you liked it,
right?
And you've heard people saying, "Hey, it's terrible," right?
Well, yeah, I'm going to watch it. I just haven't. I'm not eager to watch it.
The movie came out like 2-3 years ago.
Is it 2 already? Oh, okay.
Has it been? I don't know. It might have been just last year. Let's see. Suicide Squad came out 2016. So almost it's a year ago. But
I had it recorded. I never watched it. That's the thing. I just didn't have a real
want.
Yeah. What else is coming out? They're gonna do some stuff with some mystical things and like the mystic side of the DC universe. And they're gonna do a Harley Quinn like something maybe with Joker in it or not. They're not sure.
Well, Suicide Squad is basically a Harley Quinn movie.
Oh, okay. So,
I mean, really, she's the only part that's watchable in that movie.
Yeah, I mean, they're talking about a Green Lantern movie, another one, which I hope they do right. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to that just because it's my character. But if they mess it up again, I'll be really pissed off.
So basically, the only thing I'm looking forward to is maybe Wonder Woman 2, and the rest of it,
Batman maybe.
If they do it, I don't think they're doing it.
Oh, I thought it was still gonna. Well, I thought there was still a possibility even without Affleck.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So yeah. The next big film that we're looking at for 2017, and the last one is what? Star Wars, pretty much it, right?
Yep. I'm all set. Star Wars is. It's going to take a lot for me to hate it. Let me just say that. I already like it.
You do? I mean, do you know a lot about what's going to happen? Or
no one knows. That's what's so awesome about Star Wars is nobody knows except for what's in the trailers.
Right.
They're so tight-lipped about this stuff that it's so awesome to see no news coming out.
Yeah. There are a lot of people.
And even the trailers, you don't learn anything. I mean, you learn small things, but that's for the picky nerds. Like, ooh, she's going to be a Jedi. You know?
Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Ooh. A lot of people don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the people I was talking to before I saw Justice League was like, "Oh, the stuff in the trailers didn't even show up." I'm like, okay. You know, I'm sort of used to that at this point, but yeah.
Did you watch any Justice League trailers before?
Yeah, like I mean, I saw some trailers. I mean, but there was some like I don't know, a few things about with Alfred and some other stuff that didn't quite make it to the final cut or something.
Yeah, same thing with Star Wars. The last year when Rogue One came out, there's a ton of stuff that was in the trailers that didn't make the movie.
I'm like, when is this gonna happen? It didn't happen. I'm like, oh, okay, that would have been cool to see, but okay.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. I'm more used to it now.
But like I said, Star Wars, they're so tight-lipped.
Mm-hmm.
They had this thing on HBO last week where they were trying to raise money. There's a bunch of the comedian thing where they're raising money for autism.
Okay.
And there's nothing but rich people in the crowd.
Right.
So J.J. Abrams, you know, the guy who's
right.
He auctioned off. He was going to tell the winner, or basically someone ponied up $10,000 for J.J. Abrams to whisper the plot of Episode 9 in their ear. He had to sign a non-disclosure agreement, so he can't talk about it. But
right.
I don't know how real that was, because they also had someone in his other ear, Rob Corddry, explaining the plot of Hot Tub Time Machine 3 at the same time. But if you're ponying up $10,000, that better be some semblance of some real plot in there.
Yeah, you wouldn't think. You'd be pissed otherwise.
But that guy has to know. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was told the real thing. So,
as long as it wasn't too obscured by the other person talking into his ear, but I would just like close off that ear. Hot tub time machine.
You know, it was a live TV thing. If you close off one ear, you look like a dick.
No, mentally, I'm gonna have to like
mentally close off one ear.
You can concentrate.
You can concentrate and not hear out of your right ear.
Not completely. I'm just saying, but you can discern, like when you're in a crowd, and you can concentrate on one person, unless the person talking about hot tub time machine is like yelling. But I'm just saying, you can focus on one person. You do it better than I do. I can barely do it, like in crowds. And that's why I have trouble when
it's one thing when there's noise. It's another thing when two people are whispering in your ears.
Mm-hmm.
That you can't not hear one ear.
I'm not saying you don't hear, but you can.
Please
put your attention on one.
You can try.
Okay.
You're not Superman.
No, I'm not saying
you can't zone in on Lois Lane yelling for help and drown out everyone else.
But you can concentrate on one person.
See, it's one thing if you're in a crowded room. There's actually there's a thing that is called. I can't remember what it is.
No, I don't know what it is.
Where you hear. Let's say you're in a room with hundreds of people talking,
Mm-hmm.
and you hear the one familiar voice.
Mm-hmm.
There is a term for that.
Okay.
Same thing. There's actually a term for if you're in a room with a crowded room,
Yeah.
and you spot one person that you know, or you recognize or something. There's actually a mathematical formula for that.
Mathematical formula.
Yes, a guy won like $1 million for that. Can make the formula for that. I don't know how to describe it, but some genius did it. But yeah, there's a term for if you're in a crowded room and you hear a specific thing or you see a specific thing. I don't remember what it is but there is a thing about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's some kind of effect.
Cocktail party effect.
Is that what it is?
That's what I'm just going through Google's entries right now.
Doppler effect. I don't know. It's not Doppler effect.
We know it's not Doppler.
It's something like that, though. It's named something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a thing, but that's when you make all the background noise white noise, basically, and you focus on one thing. It's another thing to turn off one ear when someone's talking in it mentally. No. No, it's not.
Okay. Sure.
If you were going to make Justice League 2 more diverse, because we were saying how they forced Cyborg in there.
Yeah.
Or who basically, let's not even worry about the diversity of it all. Who would you want in the second?
I would put in all the ethnic people they put in the Super Friends cartoon, like Apache Chief and Black Vulcan.
Now, if you put Apache Chief in there, would you be afraid of him being?
I wouldn't have himself called Apache Chief. He'd be like, some name that sounded better than that, But I put their
because that's a stereotype, right?
Oh yeah, of course. And then Samurai, the Japanese character. You have El Dorado, the Mexican character, and you got Black Vulcan.
So you would put Samurai.
I would put like their equivalents in the movie and have them show some powers. That would be cool because that would be like. Not everybody would get it. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't get it, but it would be cool if you wanted diversity. But, and also put more of my favorite characters, Green Lantern, in there. That would be.
They had a Green Lantern.
I don't want
They had something Green Lantern in the film.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is possible. They talk about Green Lantern in the film, basically.
Yeah.
So it's not like they don't know about him.
Yeah.
They talk about his world.
Mm-hmm.
Which I had no problem with. That one was actually all right.
Yeah.
How they put that in there. But yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I would do that. But what were you asking specifically? Like what I would
just... No, just who would you put in there? Let's say you had to put eight. You're now at 9 people in Justice League. Who do you throw in there?
Yeah.
You're not gonna put some obscure samurai, Japanese samurai dude. No, you're gonna put in probably a Hawkman or a.
Yeah, but Samurai isn't like.
So he makes the 9.
Let's see. What do they have?
He gets in there.
The 4 plus, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
So basically, right now you have.
I mean, you could put Hawkman as a possibility, but he's never been one of my favorite characters. So I wouldn't.
So you don't put him in.
I mean, he could be, but yeah, I wouldn't really put him in. He's like.
So don't put him in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Besides, you have to have some guy in wings, and that could be kind of a pain. I mean, if you look at the way they did Angel and
X-Men
Apocalypse, Jackson Apocalypse, it wasn't the greatest thing in the world. I mean, I'm sure maybe there's other people that can do better, but so far I haven't seen it. So, yeah, I would do those kind of characters. Some. I mean, I might throw in I wouldn't throw in the Wonder Twins, but I don't know.
No, it'd be terrible. Well, see, the thing is, it wouldn't fit in this style of movie. Wonder Twins would fit in a Marvel movie,
right?
But it wouldn't fit in this Justice League.
And I'm saying if he was doing Justice League 2, I would want them to change the freaking tone enough where it's more palatable. They can't totally divorce themselves from what they've come previously, but they can make a transition,
which is what they did with Thor.
Yeah,
Thor was sort of not the latest Thor movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing like the first 2 Thors.
Yeah,
but it works.
Yeah, Because that's even better because it was able to take what's in the first two Thors and not necessarily make fun of it, but turn it on its ear, revamp it, like everything that is like, oh, this is absolutely what has to be done in regards to Thor. It's like, oh no, not really. you could change it up, which is what they did and made it a really good movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, how about a Green Arrow? I mean, there's already an Arrow. People are familiar with Arrow now because of the TV show.
Yeah.
I mean, he would probably be a popular.
I've always had a problem with Green Arrow. I mean, he's
the
just
show or the
character in the sense that he's shooting arrows with points on him, and like in the show, he was in the first part of the show, he was killing people a lot because he's shooting arrows at people. It kind of made sense.
Captain Marvel, Shazam, which they are doing, which I will watch. That one I am.
That's one I forgot to mention. Yeah,
I am excited about that one.
Do you know who's supposed to be Captain Marvel?
Yes.
Is that Chuck?
Chuck, yes.
Yeah, Chuck. Is that for real?
Yes, it's for real.
Okay.
I think it works.
I'm just having trouble visualizing him as that character.
I think he's a little old for the character, but
I never seen him that because Captain Marvel is like a muscle-bound character, pretty much like a different version of Superman, which is what led to lawsuits back in the day. But yeah, I don't see him. When I see Chuck, I think of a leaner, kind of skinnier, slender guy that but even when I don't remember him being all that the bulky when he played Fandral the Dashing in the Thor movies. One of the Warriors 3. He played a blonde guy with a goatee. That was him. I don't remember him. I don't know if the costume didn't show off his muscles, but maybe I just don't know what he looked like now. I mean, maybe
he looks the same. And we're talking about Zachary Levi.
Yeah. I mean, he's not that big of a guy, right?
He was just in the Philippines like a month ago.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
Doing charity work.
Oh, good for him. That's
and
cool.
He loved Manila. So, good job, Zach Levi.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I like all the stuff he does. I like his voice work and the stuff he does.
Okay.
He's a big geek guy himself. I follow him on Twitter.
Right.
Which is why I knew he was in the Philippines.
What was the name of this? He had a show on Sci-Fi Channel before that was something about drinking, the geeks drinking or something like that, or something like, I forgot what it was. Yeah. It was held in a bar, and I think it was just a bunch of geeky stuff while people were drinking alcohol. So,
but yeah, I would put him in the new Justice League, and I think he would probably work for me.
Yeah, I think to see how he looks, I just can't picture it now, but I'm not opposed to it.
Go ahead.
Because I didn't think Michael Keaton would be a good Batman until I saw him.
Yep.
So I mean, I can think
Michael Keaton's good at everything he does. Mr. Mom.
Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that because it's still a new movie. But
I mean, we're not spoiling. He's just in the movie.
Yeah, he's a movie called Birdman.
Oh yeah,
where he is the main character, which really has nothing to do with Birdman.
I still haven't watched that one.
Oh man, you missed a lot of good movies.
I know.
Maybe that's why when you see a bad movie, you don't know it's bad because you don't know what a good movie is.
There's certain there's a different standard to like some movies. I don't think like a superhero movie has to be like the top of cinematic achievement. No. But I mean, I agree with what you're saying. Your knocks on Justice League. I just don't. I also, like I said, I found a big value in just seeing some of the characters come to life, which is, a little bit on the kiddie side, but it's still, to me, it's. I know what you're saying when you say it's kiddie-ish, but I like seeing those characters come out, actually being portrayed reasonably okay.
Yeah, but you should be putting Justice League on the same scale that you put Green Lantern on, because you had a very harsh scale for Green Lantern.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't care. He was cool. He was green. He made things with his ring. It was cartoonish. It's cool. And you were like, no. So basically, I had the same argument. Whereas I said, I just wanted to see Green Lantern on the screen. He had a ring and he made cool things with it. That was enough. He had a hot chick, Blake Lively. They ended up getting married in real life. Yeah.
Nah, Green Lantern is different for me.
It's the same thing.
why I'm just saying for Justice League, I had a certain thing I'm looking for Green Lantern, which is my favorite comic book character. There's a lot of stuff that they missed with as far as what he was. I mean, they picked Ryan Reynolds, which I have no problem with, but it could have been so much more when they could have talked about, you know, the Green Lantern Corps. They showed him, but it wasn't like the feeling that I was hoping they would come across. That's part of it, you know. I mean, and the costume choices, some of the acting, the main villain was just
same problems with Justice League. Main villain, the plot, some of the costume choices.
But it's Green Lantern. It's different for me.
See, it's not. See, that's the
thing.
It
is different for me. I know what you're saying.
You shouldn't separate it.
I do, but I know what you're saying, but I disagree. I'm allowed to have a higher standard for my favorite character.
Because I remember coming out of that Green Lantern movie, and I said, you know, I liked it. It was bad, but I didn't care. It was Green Lantern having fun. And I was like, yeah, he got to fight things. He fought a world.
Terrible.
He fought a world. That was so cool. Bad. Green Lantern.
So bad. So bad.
Same thing with Justice League. You say, hey, it's okay. Batman and Wonder Woman, they were just beating up on the guy trying to destroy the world.
Point to some cool things in Justice League, which I don't want to talk about.
I could point to cool things in Green Lantern.
Okay, what point to a cool thing in Green Lantern?
Blake Lively.
Okay, you can't just go with the hot woman, because then you go, well, then I could counteract with Gal Gadot and Gadot and whatever.
Well, the comedy for Green Lantern worked for me. I thought he was funny, and I think, you know, and I do generally think the way they had him get his costume and the way he had to work up to learn how to use his powers and all that was all right with me. Which none of that happened in Justice League. I can tell you that.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
even he even said
it was
even in Green Lantern he was fighting with, should he be the hero? Should he not be the hero? You know,
that's stupid. Because that's not his character. That's not his. That's another thing that bugged me.
It fit the movie though.
Oh, I'm scared. I shouldn't be scared. But that's not your. That's not what the character is supposed to be about. That's, in my opinion, and I know that's my opinion. That's what I'm saying. In my opinion, that's not. He's like, what should I do? Well, you know, that's not. And I mean, I was gonna say, with the exception of Cyborg, most of the characters were kind of like already.
I don't know. Wonder Woman and Batman were sort of different.
No, I'm saying they already knew what they were. They weren't like in one superhero 101. They've been doing their thing for a while. I
don't know about Wonder Woman. Her character
doesn't. Her movie was in World War I. So I mean, I'm just saying she's been doing it for a while. It was Flash is still learning some stuff.
No, I'm still having a problem with Wonder Woman in Justice League and her powers and what she can do.
Yeah, it's a little undefined.
Yeah, she did it in her movie.
She did a lot in Justice League too. Like, okay, I get it. You can do that.
Like, okay, you can fly now. Okay, cool, Wonder Woman. We didn't know that, but you're flying. Cool.
I just like seeing her too on the screen. I have to admit.
We can argue for a while.
Yeah,
but
sure.
But you get our gist. Sturdo liked it. I thought it was okay.
I liked it a little more than him. Enough to I can say, okay, you can watch.
Yeah, you liked it enough to defend it. I'm not defending it at all.
Okay.
I'm not going to defend it. If anyone says they don't like it,
that's a pretty decent summary of our position. So I'm not going to deny that. Okay.
Yeah. So, but to me, it's just they need to do a 180 on this whole franchise. Basically, I don't like Zack Snyder. I don't like his work. I think they just need to go away from him. Get someone else.
Yeah, if they did it like the Avengers, as far as the way the characters were treated, I think it would have been so much better. Anyway.
You want to do a Tagalog word of the day?
Sure. This is the part of our podcast where we educate our listeners on the Filipino language. Neither Boogie nor I are actual native speaker of the Filipino or Tagalog. So if we get some aspect of the word incorrect, like its pronunciation, general usage, or some nuance of its meaning, feel free to let us know because we value your feedback. But keep in mind that we've always said, and we will continue to say, that we are not an informational podcast or any kind of podcast that you should point to as a resource for knowledge. We just do this for kind of almost entertainment, but just sharing the culture. Something you could, use a little piece of the Filipino language in front of your friends, but linguists, I mean, sorry, we just like to say some Filipino things every now and then. You got a word, Boogie?
No, I don't. No, I don't. Did you know that the Oxford Dictionary does have 40 Tagalog words
I did not
in
know
the
that.
dictionary? So, because I'm not going to explain all 40 words, but let's use as our word. I don't know. Ngayon
Ngayon.
or bukas or kahapon.
You go with whichever you feel comfortable with using. I don't know.
Kahapon. Probably because I'm pretty sure we use bukas.
Okay.
And if I say bukas wrong, it's another word. But kahapon. Kahapon merong trabaho ako sa kahapon. I don't know. Kahapon I don't know. Maraming shopping kahapon to me.
Okay.
I don't even know if I did that right.
That sounds good.
Sounds right.
It's good enough to me. I'm not gonna fight that one either. Which meant
yesterday.
Okay. So you did a lot of shopping yesterday?
Or the day you could say that.
Yeah. Okay. So let's make kahapon our
word of the day.
Kahapon.
Alrighty there.
Yep.
For those of you who stuck with us through
a
1 hour argument about Justice League
and all DC Universe and other superhero movies,
you made it.
Congratulations, and I apologize. I hijacked the podcast with the first sentence that I said. Second, actually, but yeah.
Make sure you visit our website, www.sini-gang.com.
Or email us at thesinigang@gmail.com.
Follow us on Twitter at The Sini-Gang.
Find us on Facebook on facebook.com/thesinigang. Or look for our videos on YouTube. Do a search for our URL, www.cine-gang.com, and you should be able to find videos. And if you do go to a video, please comment because we really appreciate that. So until next time, this is General Supernova.
And this is l-boogy, the Elemental One, saying thanks for listening and see
you
again.
We good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Come tune in for our next episode. Until then, take care. Oops.